Aspen was a ski town.
Everything was like old ski racing and
Very like Austrian, yeah, you do the turns.
that's what town was really built on. And snowboarding was just like this new thing.
For the most part, you know, skiers did not like snowboarders.
There was a real animosity towards snowboarding. It was pretty funny to see that. They just hated us, really. They were like, we're just trying to have fun. That's all we're trying to do, you know?
It was almost more fun being a snowboarder getting shit from them because you knew it was just so stupid.
Got some people's like feathers really ruffled. You know, nobody really ruffled feathers back then. So we were never like, screw you. We were just like, whatever, if you're not into it, you know, either get on the train now or get on it later, but you know, we'll see you at the end of the line.
Really, what we had our time overcoming was sort of that headline of no snowboarding in Aspen. We got a great idea. Let's change the name of Aspen Mountain. We're going to call it Ajax. So we can say, look, you got snowboarding on Snowmass and Buttermilk and Highlands, and just not Ajax. And so Aspen allows snowboarding. Yeah, it didn't work. Yeah, it was funny.
It was always a sore point for us, I'd have to say.
It was so weird for them to think, oh yeah, like Aspen Mountain's not designed for snowboarding. It's like a skier's mountain. They'd be like, you couldn't handle it anyway.
Back in late 80s, started seeing more of the snowboard specific business popping up.
Larry and Chris Churchill came up with the idea, we need a snowboard shop in this town.
All of a sudden we slipped into town with this alternative edge thing and people were like, huh, what?
Alternative Edge was the premier snowboard shop in the country.
It was a fun environment to be in that store.
They were certified crazy and, you know, living the snowboard rock and roll lifestyle.
Yeah, I cannot go into how loose the Alternative Edge was. One year they got this hearse, and that was their like delivery vehicle.
You know, the doors would open and smoke would be pouring out of it. It was like kind of like Cheech and Chong almost.
A bottle of whiskey fell on the ground. About 10 snowboarders got out.
Oh shit, here comes the people from the Alternative Edge. It's like, yeah, motherfuckers, that's it, that's us.
So, you know, like you couldn't snowboard on Aspen, you could snowboard at Buttermilk, Highlands, Snowmass. But Aspen like had that, like they were like, no way, this is like the jam. Like we're never gonna open up snowboarding. We're gonna keep this, we'll do it at the other 3 areas.
It was just baffling that we were all working at the base of a mountain that didn't allow us to snowboard. Literally a snowball's throw away from the resort, and they just said you can't ride here.
Because, I mean, our shop was right across the street. Like we were the first shop in Aspen right across the street from a mountain that didn't allow it, which was pretty ironic the whole time.
It's so funny, like the mentality that like snowboarding was like second to skiing.
We were all like watching how fast the sport was growing. It was just popping everywhere, you know, like we were kind of surprised. I was like, there's no way, they're not gonna hold out. Like 93, 94, you know, that's the latest for sure, you know? And I was like, we just gotta wait it out, another year, it's gonna happen. And they were just like, nope, they put it on hold, held it.
So even though Ajax wasn't allowing snowboarders, there was a way around it.
We would sometimes go, and we had a couple friends that drove cats for Bonnie's. So we jump in the back at night.
We got a cat ride up at midnight and came down Spar with a fresh corduroy.
Which was pretty fun, I have to say. Death defying. Didn't quite have headlamps at that time.
That like blew me away that night.
Sometimes you would hike up the front, halfway up, all the way to the top, depending upon, you know, what was going on.
A lot of my friends and others were riding their snowmobiles around the backside and parking them within, you know, a few feet of the gondola.
So we got like a little bit of feel for it, but you really had to work for it. You know, it was like you had to want it. The cool thing about like doing it then, like when you were up there, you just felt like you had this like, you're like, I'm on Aspen, I'm gonna just fucking rip this, okay? Because like it means a lot. Like, we can't be here, so when you do it, you really want it to be like, show it like your best.
So you were allowed to snowboard at Snowmass, but you weren't allowed to snowboard down AMF or Goudy's. And so Beavers dropped in on Goudy's, and I mean, I think he lipped off to the patrol at the top and said, I'm dropping, went. Sure enough, they had a sheriff at the bottom waiting for him. They arrested him for riding a run that's open.
Oh yeah, the old story. I had a brand new board. And it was a powder day, and I'm snowboarding down over there by Goudy's, and it says, no snowboarders allowed, or no snowboarders please, or something like that. I'm going like, wow, what a great way to test out this new board, but to rip this freaking great run on a powder day. And I did, it was great. Well, that didn't go over too well with the ski patroller that was at the bottom. Alternative Edge Snowboard Shop raised the money to pay for the lawyer because we went to court, which we won the case.
And then the guys at the Alternative Edge, I think they had a party at Double Diamond. It was called Double Diamond then, which is where Belly Up is. And like some punk band played to raise money to get his lawyer bills paid. And that party went off. It was nuts.
Yeah, that was a big thing for the snowboard community, I think. Very much so. You know, everybody's like, yeah, it's us against them, or them against us.
One day I come into the shop on a Sunday morning and somebody had put down these like free Ajax stickers. This is one of the original ones right here.
Thousands of them showed up, and they showed up everywhere. And any place in town that carried snowboards had a stack of them.
Free Ajax. Snowboarders suck.
I really don't know who started that whole thing, to tell you the truth.
Pretty sure it was Mike Berry. I don't know. Why? What are they saying?
It might have been Doug Tucker.
I think it was Paul Taft that made them.
I mean, it had to be somebody at the Alternative Edge.
I don't know if Larry or Church made those free Ajax stickers.
Just one of those secrets, you know?
The cool thing about a guerrilla marketing campaign is you sometimes just don't know where it comes from.
I don't know, dude. I just owned the store and I was like, I ran with it, you know? Like I didn't really invent it, but I kind of got behind it and pushed it out there. Next thing you know, we're like, it's in the papers, it's in the New York Times.
It's funny, actually. Yeah, Larry was young and sort of vocal about it.
You know, Mike Kaplan, who's now our CEO of the ski company, when this came out, it landed on his desk. And I was like, I can't stop this. Like, in the effort of like my business and your business, like hopefully we can come together.
Susan Sagatola Salami, Susan Gouda, Larry, Chris, all the Alternative Edge boys, Zippy, all got together, showed up at the base of Aspen Mountain. Like, it might have been opening day, and they all showed up and kind of blocked the entrance to the gondola with this. And it made like Denver news, maybe even national news about that. So that was pretty cool.
And so it just sort of became this sort of guerrilla marketing campaign to let us play, right? Let us ride this other mountain that we're literally paying for to live in the town.
Actually, it was tough. You know, we got a lot of tough feedback from very loyal, long-standing customers. We'd hear, you know, some people complain and just say, I can't believe you're doing this. I'm gonna sell my house. I'm never coming back here again. And
Everybody like up and down the valley that was like somewhat alternative or into it, even like the free skiers or the more kind of hot dog skiers were like, yeah, we should allow snowboarding. So it was definitely gaining some momentum. And I mean, at some point they just had to let it happen because it was gonna happen.
so we made the decision sort of to honor the irreverence of the sport and the approach. We said, let's do it on April 1st and make it sort of the April Fool's, not an April Fool's joke.
It was pretty funny. They did it on April 1st.
That first day riding a snowboard on Ajax Mountain was very special for all of us.
Oh, on that day, I don't know if I can remember that or not. I was too fucked up. No, I'm kidding.
It was a party.
It was wild. I mean, everybody we could think of flew into town.
Everybody was stoked, and Pat O'Donnell, I believe, was the CEO of Aspen Snowmass, and he was a snowboarder, and he like led the charge onto the lift.
The ski company really got behind it, and they realized like, okay, hey, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do it right.
I mean, the whole industry actually showed up for it. A bunch of pro snowboarders showed up. Jake and Donna showed up from Burton.
It was just cool to see like snowboarders kind of like won a battle against the old skier dudes.
The mountain didn't blow up and burn down. No women and children were raped.
We all know that it's the same difference. Skiing now, snowboarding, it's all having fun sliding down the mountain, whichever way you do it.
In hindsight, like, oh yeah, we should have made that decision sooner. It was the right decision.
Fast forward to present time in Aspen, that local snowboarding community that we were working with at the early days of Alternative Edge, they own stores now. Travis owns Radio. They've been professional riders. They've gone on to work in the industry as well.
I mean, snowboarding kind of is my life. That's why I live here. I mean, I grew up in the mountains, got to ski and snowboard, and that's why I live here, is because of snowboarding. Get to snowboard every day here at the base of the mountain. We have Radio Board Shop because of those guys at Alternative Edge paving the way for us.
You know, snowboarding is, just been a part of my life since I've been like in my early 20s, you know, and I'm in my mid-50s now. So just something that I have like so much respect for, and is just like made me who I am. I love snowboarding. I just want to make it better. You know, that's what I want to do. I've kind of dedicated my life to it in a lot of different ways.
You know what's rad about snowboarding? It's fucking way radder when you're in your 50s than it is when you're in your 20s, because it's way more fun and it gets more fun every fucking day. That's what I love about snowboarding. It changed my life.
It's just still just so much fun. I just hanging out with your friends and going snowboarding every day. There's nothing better. Really, I don't know what else I would do. Maybe move to Indianapolis and sell insurance or something. I don't know what I don't know what I would do without it. Really, it's been 35 years now, a good portion of my life that I've been standing sideways on a snowboard, and it's just I don't see myself changing it. You know.
The rest of the snowboard world doesn't quite know about the snowboard so in Aspen, but it's there, that's for sure.
You know, I think you got to seize the moment. You don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. You got to shred till you're dead, you know? Hopefully that helps, dude. From the heart.
There you go.
Oh, sick.
4101. Damn, she's still fit. Oh, this is the old style, like it barely.
You're gnarly.
Awesome. You bet.
Keep riding. It's just do what you love and love what you do. Just get out there and ride.
Just come by. Yeah, that's 30 years of snowboarding right there, you know, so like I had to come up with that.
I don't know. Deer Valley is pretty steep. Mad River Glen, ski it if you can. Alta, you're pretty much like a lame snowbird. I think they just need to open it free everyone.